and 99% of predators are dwarfed by this terrifying giant. Meet Carcharodontosaurus, the shark-toothed lizard of Cretaceous Africa. At its very name hints at its primary weapon, massive, blade-like teeth. But these teeth were not designed for crushing bone, but for slicing flesh. And this evolutionary strategy favored rapid blood loss over bone-shattering attacks. But now that we understand the teeth, let's explore the sheer scale of the skull. Fossil evidence suggests a skull length approaching nearly 5 feet in some specimens. But this massive structure supported enormous jaw muscles necessary for powerful strikes. The orbit of the eye appears relatively small compared to the overall head size. The snout was long and narrow, suggesting a focus on speed in attack. How did this compare to its contemporary rivals in size and structure? It was arguably the apex predator across vast stretches of ancient North Africa. Now that we understand the skull, let's examine the environment that shaped it. The Cretaceous period in this region was characterized by vast river systems and floodplains. This wetland ecosystem supported immense biodiversity, providing ample prey for giants. The Carcharodontosaurus would have navigated this challenging, often waterlogged terrain. Pre-animals here ranged from armored herbivores to swift, medium-sized dinosaurs. But ambush tactics likely played a crucial role in securing such massive meals. The sheer size of its tracks tells a story of immense weight and power. While powerful, its build suggests bursts of speed rather than sustained chases. Its hunting technique relied on inflicting massive, debilitating wounds quickly. This contrasts sharply with bone-crushing specialists we might observe elsewhere. The Carcharodontosaurus occupied a unique apex niche in its ecosystem. But now that we understand the environment, let's zoom in on the discovery process. The initial recognition of this giant came from isolated, yet striking, tooth fossils. These remnants were locked within Cretaceous-era rock layers in North Africa. But paleontologists undertake meticulous excavation, preserving every shard of evidence. The reconstruction is a complex puzzle, requiring comparative anatomy and careful placement. But each connection point must be scientifically validated before the full picture emerges. And the completed mount provides a tangible representation of the animal's immense size. Standing beneath it truly conveys the weight of geological time and evolution. And the most crucial evidence always returns to the structure of the head. Notice the lightweight construction of the lower jaw, maximizing reach and minimizing mass. Teeth were anchored deeply, ready to be shed and replaced continuously. But the mechanics favored speed and deep laceration over crushing pressure. Now that we understand the anatomy, let's explore its ecological impact in Africa. And as the dominant theropod, it controlled the flow of biomass in this environment. Its presence likely deterred smaller, opportunistic scavengers and competitors. Vocalizations, though speculative, would have been formidable signals of territory. Apex predators are crucial regulators, ensuring ecosystem health through selective removal. The immense energy demands required frequent, successful hunts for large prey. Its relatively short forelimbs were likely used for grappling or stabilizing prey. This required patience, waiting for the perfect moment to unleash the slicing bite. And the attack was a swift, devastating application of its unique dentition. Success in this environment defined the boundary between the apex and the merely large. And now that we understand its life, let's consider its ultimate fate. The world was constantly shifting, challenging established rulers of the land. Climate shifts gradually altered the prey base available to these specialized hunters. This extinction paved the way for new evolutionary forms to take the throne. Ultimately, even the most dominant creature is subject to global, irreversible change. But their legacy remains, preserved in the delicate chemistry of ancient rock formations. The specialized predator adapted to its riverine home, perhaps even swimming. These scars on the bone map the immense power harnessed by its musculature. It stood as a testament to the extreme evolutionary paths life can take. The shark tooth morphology proves convergent evolution's power across vast timescales. Modern digital reconstructions allow us to visualize this predator in unprecedented detail. Are we in for skin texture and coloration based on related dinosaur physiology? It was a master of its specific, demanding African domain. When the Carcharodontosaurus reminds us that ecological success takes many forms. Its era ended, but its remarkable adaptations continue to teach us volumes.